This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin' Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin' Sports, Rip Notmeyer.
Season later on. In fact, she's in the studio with us right now. Cindy Hoffman, almost it's Saturday, a Kaskaskia College Hall of Famer. How you doing tonight, Cindy?
I'm doing good, Rip. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for showing up. This has become an annual occasion, one way or another.
Once a year.
And now it's all over for the athletic abilities completely. So this is all good, and we'll get into the KC Hall of Fame induction later on in the show, and we're going to do scores and stuff first, which is brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. And you are on the Tucker Electric guest mic as we dive into some scores and stuff. Yes, Cindy's picture will appear on the Talkin' Sports with Rip Notmeyer group on Facebook as soon as I get it's taken.
We took it earlier.
I think it's developed these magical phones.
The digital world.
It's a digital world. Not always good for me.
Not for me either.
All right, let's get to it. We'll start locally in a game heard right here on Max 96.7. Last night, the Carlisle Lady Indians basketball season, well, it came to a finish. Sesser knocked off the Lady Tribe 56-47 at the 2A Nashville Regional. I know you're busy, so you weren't over there, but hey, 13-15 this year. I think 1-26 last season. They didn't get a win until the regional, just before they finally ended it. And so quite a turnaround from one season to the next.
They did. They really turned it around. Great start of the season. You know, they went up to Litchfield tournament and had great results up there. Big confidence booster to start the season.
Exactly. And now they lose 5 or 6 seniors, but they've got some solid, good ones coming back again.
Yes, they do. They have quality coming in as a junior with Brooklyn Smith. They got the Southmore Molly D camper, so quite impressive coming back.
Well, that's a nice front line if you want to go, and they can both handle the ball, especially Brooklyn, but two outstanding athletes there. I want to personally thank, I wish he could hear it. Well, he can, but he wouldn't. He could get us on the Sesser coach, Rick Metcalf. It took an act of Congress to get a roster and then lineups from these secretive guys.
They don't want to give away their roster.
So last night I happened to run into him as soon as I came in, and I took the scorebook to him and said I marked a few players I'd seen in their last box score as possibilities. At least looked like they played a lot. And I said, what are your starters? Check these off and see. Those are those. I said, those are those? He goes, yeah. Okay, we'll see. So I went with that. We get the game starting. 2 different players in the starting lineup. Well, see, Coach Darren Smith of Carlisle, he couldn't get him. He asked us for him right before the game. He said, "You have him?" I said, "They didn't turn him into the scores table in time." Bunch of clowns.
That's official.
I hope they get their butts kicked tomorrow night by Nashville.
What's the odds on that one?
I
think Nashville's.
I think they will win.
Nashville's
and I really
solid.
hope they pound them in submission. Not the girls, but the coaches.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's ridiculous.
You're just trying to do your job, weren't you, Rip?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Elsewhere, last night, Mater Dei whipped Sparta 66-22 at Pinckneyville, and their opponent will be decided tonight because we had some just absolutely savage winter weather last night, so Redbud couldn't make the trip. I'm sorry, man. What?
So ice scares them all away.
So they will play Pinckneyville or Redbud tomorrow night. If the weather's okay. Is the weather okay, Cindy?
The weather looked great this afternoon.
Did you make it?
I did hear Carbondale cancel classes, though. Carbondale
High
School.
Well, of course they did. Did you put on your snow chains? And tonight on Max 96.7 is Christ Our Rock and Jabot, the Rockers, the Silver Stallions, doing all right. That's a good. Of course, if things go right, they'll end up. If they both win, it'll be Christ Our Rock and Oakville in the championship, and that would be quite a tug all there, man.
Yes, it will.
Quite a tug.
Dan Kipper's done a great job over there at Christ Our Rock.
Certainly has.
And Oakville, you got to commend them for everything they've done as well for a small school.
And they've been playing without Maddie Hoxton. I think she's back now.
Is she?
Last few games, playing some anyway, but she's going to SIU Edwardsville, I believe it is.
Is she?
Yeah, and so she's had that knee injury and stuff. So the Fighting Illini, they're not doing worth a man. They were up by 11 in the first half Sunday morning, and then of course they lost to Ohio State. 2-9 now is their season record.
They're not very consistent during the game.
12-12. No, way up and they're very hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I actually forgot. I know they were on at 11 o'clock Sunday morning. I didn't tune in at first, nor did I later, as I completely forgot about it. But they are, I hope, in the next year or two or.
We got to get some recruiting going, don't we?
Well, that's the thing. Now I understand that early in the year, everybody's saying how great the recruiting looked for next year and the year after. And I mean, if this one guy's report was right the other day in the Post, he says they only have one big name coming in, mainly a shoe-in, quote shoe-in, and nobody else as of now. Well, that doesn't sound too promising.
No, it doesn't. We're losing all of the Illinois kids to other states.
Yeah, and I think there might be one now and then, but otherwise, I mean, that's the way it is in a lot of areas. It's all Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, Kansas, whatever, with Final Four chances to increase their exposure for the NBA draft again. One and done, goodbye.
Yep. We find it hard to keep them local and stay at home. They all want to experience being away and out into a different state. Yeah,
and they want that absolute national television. It's all about making bucks at that next level for the premium stars. Mizzou won a game last night, so they're winning a few more. Not that I kind of get a kick out of it when they lose, really, but if they had this Porter Jr., though, they would be no doubt a magnificent team. Now, there's some talk that he may somehow recover and play some this year. Who knows?
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a stretch, but SIU plays at Illinois State tomorrow night. St. Bonaventure and SLU are going to dust it up this evening, and the SIU Cougars trip to Eastern tomorrow night. You was talking before the show, I believe it was, or were we on the air? We were talking about Nate Michael, who I had on Monday night from McKendree. And we actually got to watch him play. I think it was last year we went to McKendree and watched. Did you go over there? Yep. Oh, he's good, and he has one more year to go because he's a redshirt junior. Mm-hmm. Got hurt the first year, just 3 or 4 games in. Foot injury or something, I do believe. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Yes, and we did reminisce the other night about when he got knocked in the nose up at the U of I in that exhibition game last season. Really? And but he came right. That was on television. Did you see it? Yes, we watched that. I think we replayed it a few times. Somebody was over. Said he'll be back. He's still Clinton County blood. I don't care. It's all the same. It transfers. It's Hoffman, Carlisle, the whole area, and he came back and like he said, I wasn't gonna miss that. Now I think he reeled for a game or two afterwards, obviously, and maybe even wore a mask for a little bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. That was last year, so a lot's happened between now and then, hasn't it, Cindy? It has. We've slept. Barely, it seems like sometimes. In the NBA, Cleveland's losing all the time, huh? And Knicks star Kristaps Porzingis, 7'3", handles the basketball, I mean, pretty well, and shoots through. 7'3". Yeah, well, he tore his ACL, so it doesn't matter how tall he is now. We just played. KC girls just played a. Pretty sure it was Vincennes had a 6'5" girl. Unreal. Oh, that's what I was trying to think of. I know I saw him play Wcxo Saturday. That was Wednesday's game, wasn't it? Yeah, last week Wednesday. She was 6'5". 6'5". I just wanted to be 5'11".
I can't imagine
What are
being
you,
6'5".
5'10", 5'9"?
Oh, I'm pushing 5'8".
Okay, 5'8"?
Yeah.
Okay. I bet in those days they had you listed at 5'10".
I'm pretty sure I was 5'9". At times I was playing center at times, but we didn't want that to happen.
Well, you could play all. We didn't call them 1 through 5 then.
No.
It was guards, center, forwards, which I still prefer. And
Yep.
but yes, you could play all 5 spots.
You had to.
Yeah. The St. Louis Blues were flat trampled last night. They were ducked by the Wild 6-2. Minnesota scored 6 consecutive goals, so a bad night for the Blue Note. They'll try and reverse that tomorrow night against the Coyotes at Scott Trade. The last time they played them at home, the Coyotes buried them, and they are the worst, or all but the worst team. I'm going to check now. Yeah, officially they are still the worst team in the NHL. So hey, it happens, man. You're not going to. They're in a real scramble for the playoffs. You know, most it's like the NBA. You get 16 in, but it's not that easy, especially out of their conference. So they have to step it up a little bit. Did you watch? Did you have a Super Bowl party? Did you watch? Was the TV on? Did you just see the commercials? Did you not care? Which was, as much as I love sports and football, I'm really mad about them. So I didn't see a play.
Well, I can tell you I didn't watch much NFL during the season.
For a while.
I did make some food, and it was just us that was around the house and stuff and watching, and I was doing dishes while the game was being played, and I'd come in on the commercials, and I watched some of the major plays, but that was about it.
Speaking of food, who's that lead chef in your house now?
Oh, the lead chef. There's competition going on, really. All the kids want a part of it now. So it's highly competitive at home.
But the youngest daughter especially is chocolate chips on top of that, chocolate chip cookies.
Well, she made a little breakfast something the other day that was basically a cookie dough bottom with a caramel sauce with bacon, pretzels, and peanuts, and it was delicious.
I'll be.
Yeah, she won it, and then Hannah thought she'd chime in and try out some chocolate chip cookies in competition, and they were pretty darn good too. But as Soph wanted me to mention, that was her recipe that Hannah used to make the chocolate chip cookies.
Do you guys package that stuff too? Because I know a buyer.
Well, I'm pretty sure we could drop some off on our many trips to Carlisle.
I am a buyer. Yes, the NFL was incidentally the ratings were down about 7 to 7.5%, which I'm actually fine with. They need it, and I don't think they'll ever get their stuff together again. Mm-hmm. Good Dell, what a bum. Josh McDaniels, this guy from New England, he was all set to go as the Indianapolis Colts coach. He was supposed to get. The news conference was all set up, and he backed out just like at the last minute.
Wow.
Yeah, after he agreed, and he hired a couple of coaches and everything.
Yeah, the job prospects for him are going to go down.
Well, he's staying in New England.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah, as the offensive coordinator, and, he definitely, he got a raise, and he may have had some assurances of being the next coach if Belichick ever quits or so. Who knows? But
how long's he been there now?
Boy, Belichick, I don't know. This was their 8th Super. I'm guessing 13, 14 years. I'm not sure.
I mean, he's the only one I've seen on the sideline in the years that I've been watching them.
He's love him or hate him, he's done a heck of a job.
Yes, he has.
Got to have a player or two, and he's got that.
He does.
Especially in Brady.
When's Brady going to retire?
I don't know. I suppose 2 more years. That's my guess.
You think?
He's going to be 41 next year.
Jeez, to be a 40-year-old in the NFL, that's...
And he never gets hurt.
Doesn't.
It must be that crazy wacko diet he's on.
Or the offensive line's doing their job?
Not always. Not so much. Hey, good news for the Cardinals. We're almost into baseball season.
Yay.
Brian Eversgerd back as the Cardinals in the major leagues again, this time as a pitching coach. That's great.
That is awesome.
Took him out for our nearly annual salute as he heads down to spring training. We had a good time over at Kretzer's in
I
Hoyleton.
saw a picture of that. Good group of guys. I did.
That was and he had a lot of people that came up to him, and he doesn't even. No, he loves talking to people and all, but he doesn't. He's humble and shy. He doesn't want to be wrecked.
He doesn't. Nope.
And but no, he was great with everybody that came by, and it's just like anybody that's not from around. It's hard to recognize guys when they don't have their uniform on, So not everybody. And some good sports fans didn't. Because I ran into a few later. So, that was. I thought that looked a little,
Mm-hmm.
But,
and they probably don't want to come up and interrupt
does,
the evening and stuff. But all the Eversgerds, great family.
Exactly. Couldn't happen to a better guy. So he's back in St. Louis, and he's leaving. What is this? He's leaving Sunday.
Is he?
He's leaving Sunday, flying
it is that
down.
time.
This time he gets Well, the flight down, he doesn't have to drive, and he gets a free rent-a-car and his own place down there. You know,
That's
he's
great.
back just like a player. So
It's wonderful. We got to go down to one spring training game. It was last year, I do believe, and it was really neat to watch. Didn't get to see Everskirt at all, but it was nice to say that we were able to go there and see a game.
And he might have been at the minor league camp by that time too. He wasn't at the major league camp, too long and stuff. So finally, Cindy, the Olympics begin. Well, officially the opening ceremonies are Friday, but actually they start tonight with alpine skiing and so forth. Are you going to watch some Winter Olympics?
If you're doing play-by-play, I'll listen to it.
Boy, that would be interesting. I can just see myself describe, hey, she crashed. That's too bad. I don't like Lindsey Vonn anyway, but that's sad for America. That's the best I can do on that. But it'd be, I like it. I don't know how much I'll watch, but they're in Pyeongchang. Is that it? They're in South Korea.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And I know another thing. If you are in South Korea, don't walk north very far.
I wondered if you're gonna talk about that.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of warn these people. Things happen. Hey, they have a lot of fun on those slopes and in those hospitality rooms and those all of a sudden,
That's right. Get a little
bars
disoriented.
that sprout up all over. The Olympic athletes have a great time.
Do they?
Yeah, that's why some of the top ones flop once in a while. Train 4 years and all of a sudden have too much fun, can't perform. But hey, what the heck? That would be me.
It was the experience they were
it
going
was the
for.
experience, yeah. Okay, that was Scores and Stuff. She is Cindy Hoffman. Scores and Stuff brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. Let's see, we're going to go with some hockey in a little bit. We also have the Easy on Travel Sports Flashback. It's with Carl Mock, and he'll talk about, it's a recent one. That was just from Saturday as we explore the Goodell, the NFL situation with kneeling and stuff. Carl he's great. So that's a 2-minute event there. So stay tuned. We're coming back with some college hockey talk on Talkin Sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
Hey Clinton County, it's Colby at K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle. Check out our 2017 model blowout. We have just a few new 2017 models left, including a gas-saving Chevy Spark for $13,249, an eye-catching yellow Camaro for $27,975, and a premier Chevy Suburban marked down over $10,000. Come find the best deals on your new Chevy just west of Carlisle on Old Route 50. K&J Chevrolet, your Clinton County Chevrolet and Silverado headquarters.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody. We're up here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Cindy Hoffman's still over there, and she'll come back around for some College Hall of Fame chat later on. But right now, we turn our attention to pucks, and we take the Tucker Electric guest line out for McHenry Bearcats coach Gary Hansen. Gary, welcome back.
Thanks, Rip.
You are coming off a very competitive weekend on the ice. You shared a pair with Iowa State University. 2 good games, apparently.
Yeah, they were really good games. They're the best team we've seen all year, to be quite honest. And we had our hands full for sure. I mean, we let the lead slip away both games, and unfortunately come out on the wrong end of it on Friday. But we're able to have that thrilling victory in overtime, which turns out gave us the regular season championship. They had to win Friday to tie us in points for the regular season championship. So Saturday's game was even a bigger deal.
Yeah, you won the all-important finale. There were both of them one-goal games, obviously, with you winning an OT on Saturday. And Connor Brennan with the OT winner, huh?
Yeah, Connor's done a great job for us. He comes to us from Colorado. He played his junior hockey in the KIJHL, which is in the northwestern part of Canada. And so Connor's got a lot of experience, and he and Ty Wilson have been sort of our version of Brett Hall and Adam Oates.
Holy cow. I like that splash.
Yeah, with Dominic Noss on that line too. I still say that line is the best line. I know I'm biased, but that's the best line in our conference easily.
Well, they have 65 goals between them, don't they?
Yeah.
Just a ton of assists. That is, I would imagine that would be rather hard to top.
Yeah, it's hard for guys to handle. Ty Wilson is, like I said, he's got that Adam Oates sort of instinct, where to put the puck, and and he gets it to Dominic and Connor. And Connor's a playmaker and a good playmaker himself, but Ty Wilson it really controls the play out there and gets those guys into open ice.
You've got two other 20-goal scorers in Levi Armstrong and just a bunch of offense there. Ty Watt as well. So, hey, it was senior day, too. You don't have too many, which is great. I mean, for the years to come as well. What, 5 or 6? Is that correct, Gary?
Yeah, Billy Lamb graduated in December, so that was one. And then we're going to graduate our backup goalie, Trevor Klosterman, the kid, young man from Highland,
right.
And Jason Belke from Chicago, Jacob Young from Arnold, Missouri, and Josh Donovan from Ojai, California. So
from Cali, and you are now 21-5 overall, and you finish first in the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association with a 16-2 mark. Just incredible. So congrats on all of that, Gary.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That makes us, 16-2. We're 32-2 in that conference.
I know.
Since joining that Division II, since moving the team from D3 to D2, in 2 years, we've amassed 32 wins and just 2 losses in that conference.
That's in the Mid-American Gold, so that's in the top standard too. Yes, 32-2.
Yeah.
And hey, where'd the additional 2? Did you have somebody else come into the league this year then?
Yeah, Iowa State.
Iowa State was the new team?
Yeah, they joined us this year, and I'll be honest with you, if no disrespect to the other teams, but Iowa State, they do things the right way up there. They have outstanding coaches. They have great facilities, and they do a really great job with their athletes. But they play hockey the right way, in my opinion. They're not cheap. They're not dirty. But you better keep your head up, and you better be moving quick.
And you're considered a Division II team, but for instance, in this conference, at least overall, if there are other sports, there are several besides Iowa State Division I schools in there. I mean, Missouri and SLU and SIU Edwardsville now, and Illinois and so forth.
Yeah, we're the smallest of the bunch.
Are you?
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I guess so.
Bradley's probably maybe the second smallest, but. We're definitely the smallest of the bunch, but we don't play that way. So
no, and everybody's aware of that in the hockey confines for sure. But yes, you win the league with 32 points. Iowa State just a step behind again, and SLU is right there with 24. You split against Iowa State and against the Billikens on the year. That's your only 2 losses in league play.
We have our conference postseason this weekend. So what's going to happen is Iowa State and us, the 1 and 2 seeds, will have a bye. So we won't play Friday. We will play Saturday. Our game's Saturday at 4:30. There's a game. The 3 through 6 teams will play Friday night, and we will play the lowest seed of those games of those winners on Friday night. So in our scenario, there's no scenario by which we would play St. Louis U because they're third. So we're going to play either SAU, Edwardsville, Bradley, or the University of Illinois.
Okay, and it all depends on what happens Friday there, and so that'll be good. And St. Louis University is holding that, or they're hosting that. Webster Groves is the site for it.
Correct. Webster Groves is the site. It's a nice facility. There'll be plenty of seats, I'm sure. So we'll have hopefully we'll have a good following, and a lot of people from the area will come on over and hope we make it to that championship game on Sunday. Gary
Henson is with us from the McKendree Bearcats hockey team. Now, besides the tournament championship, Gary, what else is at stake? Do you have to win it or finish second to get into the national tournament?
Well, yes and no. So our tournament, or the berth to nationals, is 2 routes. One, you either go through the regional route, or 2, you become an auto bid. And until January 24th, actually, of this season, 2018, we were ranked number 1 in our region. The top 2 get auto bids to the national tournament. The next 10 in the ranking have to go to the regionals and play their way out. Unfortunately, that loss to Lindenwood, which was our 4th game against Lindenwood St. Charles, we beat them 3 times and lost the 4th one. That loss in particular slipped us to 3rd in the region.
So you're notch below that automatic.
Right, and we're kind of hoping that a good showing this weekend will move us up, because we are only 0.3 of a point away from Aurora, who's ranked right above us.
That's out of Colorado?
No, Aurora University up in Chicago.
Up in Chicago, okay.
Yeah,
and Lindenwood, they kind of blasted you at 7-1, so I guess it looked a little worse from that final score, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I mean, to be quite honest, again, I don't want to discredit them at all, and I think Gary Gardner does an outstanding job there. But they caught us flat-footed. We didn't play a very good game, and they played a very good game. So unfortunately, that happens during the season. It's a long season, and sometimes you just, for lack of a better term, lay an egg, which
that's right.
Hockey fans, check
last night in St. Louis, by the way.
I was just going to say,
it happens.
I watched the Blues lay an egg in person last night. So.
Yeah, and just quickly while we're on the note there, just barely, they have Arizona coming in tomorrow. We remember what happened the last time the Coyotes showed up, and they're awful. So you have to play. You have to be ready to go every game.
And the Arizona's going to play. They're going to try to be a spoiler.
Heck yes.
But they've got local talent, Clayton Keller,
right,
from Swansea, Illinois, and he's one of the leading scorers in the NHL. And he's going to have, his teammates are going to step up for him, and so there's going to be a little more effort than maybe, or a little more intensity than maybe normally.
Back to your level. Again, 21-5 is your season mark, and you only had 2, I don't want to say bad luck, but just to distinguish, the 7-1 loss to Lindenwood, and then the Illini got you 6-1. Every other game, of course, either won or you played the opposition really tough. So I believe you're pretty much the ultimate in consistency.
Well, I appreciate that. That's what we strive for. We tell the boys all the time that we're always looking, you got to be better today than you were yesterday, and that's kind of a common theme with us, so that if you're in that mindset that you're constantly improving, that in itself will lead to consistency. So that's what we preach to our young men and our young women too, and so the whole hockey program, all student athletes have bought into that, and you can see the consistent results.
As we flash back to last year, you did go to the regionals and you won 1 game against Michigan, correct?
Yeah, we beat Michigan 3-2. It was a good game. Thank you. We beat Michigan 3-2, and unfortunately came up against Lindenwood and had a bad 5 minutes of hockey, and it cost us a trip to nationals. And we've done everything that are going to do, even more, to prepare ourselves so that doesn't happen again this year.
So Lindenwood is a tough foe.
Absolutely. They have more of a St. Louis representation than we do, and like may have mentioned before, St. Louis is a hockey city, and it produces, very good talent, and there's 10 or 12 young men in the NHL from St. Louis, and so St. Louis has a lot of talent, and they were able to kind of circle the wagons on that talent, and have done a really good job with recruiting locally.
Recruiting, yeah, and you have Trevor Klosterman from Highland, and a couple other areas, St. Louis area, but everywhere else as well, huh, Gary? Serbia, Canada, Sweden, Switzerland, Latvia. And how's the recruiting going? You have hopefully a lot of season left this year, but as a coach, you always got to look ahead to the following year and even after that.
Yeah, we are recruiting 2 years out. That's kind of where we farm the market and make sure that we are relevant to the players, relevant to our needs, and make sure that we know who's out there, and we have people working for us all over the world, bringing us talent, and it really gets going for us in late March is when it really gets going as far as the international recruits and recruits from other areas outside of our local area, because most of the young men that play for me come from junior A programs, which is elite 17 to 20 year olds. So most of the guys that come to me and play for our top team at McKendree are 20 years old plus.
Well, you've got a good pipeline going to all parts, Gary, and another heck of a season. So keep it going. We hope you have a long playoff run, but it starts this weekend.
It sure does, and we hope your listeners will come on over and support us, and I think they'll be very surprised at the product that we have on the ice.
And the next best thing, of course, is online on McKendree's website, right?
That is correct.
Very good.
That is correct.
Appreciate it, Gary.
Thanks, Rip. Always a pleasure.
Go Bearcats, go Blues.
That's right.
All right, thanks.
Talk to you soon.
Gary Henson of the McKendree Hockey Bearcats. Yeah, they also have Division III over there, and women's. It's crazy. It's going a lot of sports over at McKendree University. And let's stall for a little bit. When we return, it's the sports flashback, and then Cindy Hoffman is back for more, all about her upcoming induction into the Kaskaskia College Hall of Fame. Don't touch that dial.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-643-6931 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-643-6931 to take your call now. Call 1-800-643-6931. That's 1-800-643-6931. Again, 1-800-643-6931.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Rip here at the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday, Monday and Wednesday, 6 to 7, Saturday mornings, 9 until 10. One of our guests Saturday morning will be Central Cougars basketball coach Jeremy Schubert. The time is 6:36. That time drop is brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. How about a flashback?
It's Flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Easy In Travel Sports Flashback. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201.
This is basically an instant flashback. It's from Saturday. It's former NFL offensive lineman. He's McLeansboro's own Carl Mock on an NFL problem or two. I just watched scraps the first 2 weeks, and I wasn't too happy at the end of last year, but after that it's been turned on. This Goodell, he is the most incompetent, incapable, and ignorant commissioner in sports history. And now they spent 3 hours this week huddled up with a bunch of former players, maybe you were there, Carl, trying to figure out what a catch is. These guys are insane.
All he had to do is
idiots.
Have some guts. All he had to do is have some guts and do his own job. He's really not tough enough for the job.
No, he's...
Yeah, hey, look. This is a great country. There's a lot of people fought and died for this country. I had an uncle that did.
Exactly.
That I never met.
Yep.
Oh, when you play the national anthem, you need to stand up.
Yeah.
Or love it or leave it.
Well, the thing is, nobody can protest on their job. How can these guys do it? Do it away from the action, away from the field. But it should have been handled with Kaepernick the year before day one. Fine him.
Well.
Suspend him indefinitely, which means for a year. It would have stopped right there. Now we have 8-year-old kids in Cahokia kneeling for the anthem. This is ridiculous.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And it's way beyond that. But this they just rejected a pro-American Super Bowl ad. Like this is America. My goodness, it's terrible.
And you know what's bad about that?
What's that, Carl?
They think it's right.
Yeah, they do think it's right. That's
and I know a lot about Kaepernick. I had a buddy of mine coaching. He's a hell of an athlete, but he's got a brain the size of a pea.
Well, he's proved that much.
No, I'm serious.
No, I believe you.
he's like when he told me about him, I said, "What's that guy like?" He said, "Carl, he's childlike."
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Best One Tire and Service in Breeze, now located at 13912 Best One Drive. Come see the all-new expanded floor design and look. It'll blow you away. Plus, lots of grand opening specials, including an oil change for just $19.95. That's not all. Register to win great prizes. No purchase necessary. And listen to this. Mention this ad and get an additional discount on the spot. It's the grand opening of the all-new Best One Tire and Service, 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze. You're going to love this place.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? Schedule an eye exam today at Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center. I'm Dr. Claire Thorpe-Klinsky, and if it's been more than a year, you might need a new prescription. If you use the computer regularly or are suffering from allergies, those both can be causes of eye strain or fatigue. Schedule a complete eye health exam today to find out if your eyes are healthy. We may be able to detect glaucoma and other eye diseases early. At Breeze Family Vision and Lebanon Optometric Center, we examine more than just your vision.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
We're back in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday night. Cindy, Hanky, I threw in, well, that's what it is, Cindy, Hanky Hoffman, right, Cindy? So, if she's going in the Kaskaskia College Hall of Fame, she's booked right after this, right after I tell you about Dine Chevrolet in Trenton, because if you're looking for your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV at the right price, that's all important, head over to Dine. All pre-owned vehicles pass a thorough inspection, which is important, and most come with Dine's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty at no cost to you. Just look up your consultant for all of the details. Dine Chevrolet, they've got a friendly staff, a no-pressure staff. I like that, and it's dedicated to getting you behind the wheel of your dream car. Call Dwayne. He's been there forever. Nikki, Dave, or Nathan at 224-9200, 224-9200. Dine Chevrolet. It's the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Shop or schedule your service as well at dinechevrolet.com. I think we're up to date and almost up to par. And after this next time out, it's Cindy Hoffman on the Kaskaskia College Sports Hall of Fame. Stay tuned. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Southern Bus and Mobility stocks the most popular wheelchair-accessible vans from Brawnability, including lowered-floor minivans with side or rear entry ramps. In addition to personal wheelchair vans, Southern Bus and Mobility has a huge line of commercial buses, school buses, and mobility products to buy or rent. They also sell and can install wheelchair scooter lifts, hand controls, and special turning seats. Call 526-4131. Stop by east of Breeze on Old Route 50 or southernbusandmobility.com. This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation, and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, Legacy Place, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. WCXO Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, the Westland Warriors, and now the Christ Our Rock Silver Stallions.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
We have cleared the decks with some an impressive round of scores and stuff with Cindy Hoffman. Another good interview with Coach Henson of the McHenry Bearcats hockey team. Welcome back inside the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday night. Yeah, the Carl Mock flashback. Did you like that, Cindy?
Yeah, that was enjoyable.
He says what he wants and what he thinks, and that's what we like.
Yes, I don't mind that at all.
Well, we could do even better if we had a little another version, but as far as radio, he covers it pretty well.
He did.
And always has in the past. Okay. I said earlier, Cindy Hanky Hoffman, but that's true, and that's how they have you listed. That's
it is.
I mean, we have to. So welcome back this time in your capacity as a soon-to-be Kaskaskia College Hall of Famer. Congratulations to you.
Well, thanks, Rip. I greatly appreciate it. It's a nice honor.
Yeah, you go in officially on Saturday morning. And I'm not sure, but they can call out to KC or check with Wcxo or Kathy Carrick, as most people know her by, because it's on ticket sales.
Yes, it is. People are more than welcome to come. Yeah, they can call.
There's usually a little room.
Yeah, there usually is. There's a banquet, begins at 10 a.m. They're more than welcome to call Kathy Carrick. They can call myself. I can direct them to it. So number out there is 618-545-3000.
And it's at the Lifelong Learning Center, which is a great spot for it.
It is. Very nice building.
It's a great, you do it up. I'm lucky enough to be on the board of the Hall of Fame, and it's done right every year. Well, now every 2 years.
Yeah, Kathy Carrick does a very good job. She's a she's a wonderful individual to have out there.
She's a hard worker.
She is.
But the I always have people on from the Kaskaskia College Hall of Fame and the Centralia Sports Hall of Fame and the Clinton County Baseball Hall of Fame. For me, those are the 3 halls of fame around here. That's a
lot of good names in those.
But yeah, I think they do it absolutely right. So, and there's great names on this hall list, I tell you, as individuals before, and of course teams too. But and this is all put on by the Kaskaskia College Sports Association. But yeah, it's a deserved honor. And did Kathy, or Wcxo, as I've known her for about
forever,
40, did she call you? Did she see you in person and give you the nod, or was it in a personal email?
Well,
or did I tell you?
Well, we had talked at one point in time, but then Kathy had talked about the people that were nominated at a KCSA meeting at one point in time, and I kind of had an idea at that point, but then I got the official phone call from Susie Batchelor from Kaskaskia College.
She makes it all official, doesn't she?
She did. She made it official.
What is her official title?
Vice President of...
It's real long.
Well, she's in admissions.
Yeah.
And she's in charge of the student athletes.
Right. And she's at the event. She's at the basketball the other day.
Yeah,
again.
she is.
Be there. And this is a big deal here. It's not only the Hall of Fame. Early, it starts at 10 or so, and there's a lunch or brunch. Are we fancy? Is it a brunch?
It's a brunch.
Yeah. I'll be in jeans, of course.
That's okay.
You better dress up because you're going to get your picture taken again.
Oh, wonderful. I'm not going to be in a dress, though. I think I'll wear some slacks.
Okay. And have one of your daughter or whoever bring some cookies.
Shouldn't I?
Yeah.
That should be part of their contribution.
There will be a real good meal, but we could always use more dessert.
There would be nothing wrong with that.
And there is that. And then afterwards, it's all over to the KC gym for basketball. Mm-hmm. The Blue Devils oppose I think Wabash is this weekend.
I do believe it is.
I think so. The women, of course, at 1 o'clock, and you'll be recognized there. Is it between games?
It's between games.
Between games. So hopefully all the Hall of Famers can make it over there, and we embarrass you in front of quite a few people because you stand out there and you give another speech.
Do I have to wave?
Sure, you wave just like you're on a
in a parade
float, I guess it is. But you're all set, and you net the hall entrance. No doubt. I mean. You had 2 just pretty stunning years on the KC hardwood there, Cindy, and you had a lot of fun too, didn't you?
I did. I had a great experience at Kaskaskia College. I was very fortunate.
And I was looking at I can't believe, it was 91, 92 and 92, 93? Were those the years?
25 years ago is when I finished up my career.
Well, that seems kind of fitting almost.
I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah, I like that little. That's 25 years. I like those round numbers, those even stuff. So
it's kind of sad to think it's been that long ago.
I can't believe it's been that long ago.
No. Didn't you do some play-by-play on those
Bill
games?
Hawley and I used to do when we were he's still over at JBD in Salem. Very good station over there. And I used to work with Wild Bill, who I've known for, again. But yes, we used to do some of them. Not all of them, and mostly home, as I remember.
Yes, that's what I recall.
We did the women's and we did the men's, and it was great stuff. So you were a gunner. I called some of your shots.
My son did ask me one time, "My goodness, Mom, did you shoot all the time?" I don't think he understood the shot clock.
Yeah, and was it 30 then? I think so,
yeah,
right?
The men was always longer.
Well, in fact, then the men didn't have one. Well, it probably came. Yeah, it did come in then because it was 5
different.
or 6 years earlier, mid '80s or something, when major college basketball started.
Yeah,
theirs was probably at 45 seconds then.
Yes, we always had a shorter time. I never understood that. I thought women were slower. That we should get the longer shot clock.
Something I forgot, and it's still in place, right? There's a how is that? What's that 10? What do the women have? You have to get there's something beside. Everybody's got the 10 seconds, the half court. What else is it though?
Oh, that's all I recall.
There's something else. I'm gonna have to regroup at another date because I won't think of it tonight.
No,
there's kind of
a lot of rules have changed.
Kind of well, that's
we're back to 4 quarters in the college women.
Did you like it?
There's pros and cons to it, but For
in
me,
one way I do like it, but yet in another way I don't like the extra that's 2 more timeouts.
Right.
I think there are too many timeouts
already.
at every level.
Yeah.
And there's just another break.
Well, then you're just asking for so many people to be confused about the rules and
Yeah.
just another entity that your scorekeepers and stuff that have to remember to do things differently between the men's and the
Yeah,
women's.
the KC scorekeeper, Al Kors,
Oh,
you can't
he's
possibly
wonderful.
trip him up.
He's been there forever. He scored, I would say, almost every home game, I would imagine he scored.
He's also a committee member there. But here are just some of the accomplishments of Cindy Hoffman at Kaskaskia College with those Blue Angels. Your final year in 1993, they tried to tack on another year for you in 3, but they couldn't quite sneak you in. You were named the team's most valuable player, of course, led the squad in scoring, field goals, free throws, and named to the All-Region 24 team and the All-GRAC team. Well, I would hope so if you made the All-Region, but I've seen that not
really
usually does, though.
Mm-hmm.
Usually follows suit. But that's pretty special. I mean, the conference was then, and it still is now. It is really good.
Lots of good players in that conference.
Academic, too, huh?
I was.
I didn't mean to say that. I highlighted the wrong. But this really catches me here. You are a member of the Blue Angels 1,000-point club. You scored 1,012 points in those 2 years. You really picked up the pace in your sophomore season, nearly 600 points.
I did. I kind of wish now I would have maybe done some more of that in high school. I guess I just didn't know that I had it in me to perform at that level. So
you lost your shyness.
I guess so. I guess so.
Averaged 20 points per game and 7.3 rebounds. Not all of the shooters, not all those gunners like to get in there and scrap and get the boards, but you did that as well.
I pretty much used every asset I had.
Well, that's what you were, a well-rounded player, no doubt. But and you shot at a super clip too, over 41% from behind the arc.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research on that. Stats are a big deal and so forth. I just didn't realize how valuable that 3-pointer. They're saying it's 1.5 times worth more than the 2-point. And there's a lot of studies being done about the 3-point versus the 2-point, and that's what you're seeing all your college kids. All they want to do is shoot threes, and I think we lost sight of the value of the 2.
And the free throw.
And the free throw. I think there's a lot of significance to a 15-footer and the free throw.
Because nobody, in general, don't practice free. Especially in college, it's trays and dunks.
Yep.
And not as many good shooters. They did a study. Pistol Pete Maravich, my all-time favorite player. He always will be till the day I die. Mm-hmm. And he averaged, what was it in college? 3 years, of course, he only got to play. But he was maybe 44 game. Yeah, right around 44, 45. Mm-hmm. Before the 3-point. And that's the thing. They went back 10 years ago, whatever it was, LSU, and just off the shot charts, because you can't. He might have played it differently, of course, had he known that. But just from where he actually did shoot from, and he would have averaged about 53 or 54 a game.
Wow.
Because he would have been popping those 3 balls.
Unreal.
And but those are some of the statistics there that lead the way for you. Anything else to add along those lines that I missed? But you're all everything, and anytime you get mentioned on the all-conference teams and so forth, that any special game. What was your high, you think?
I had 32 points one game. Some highlights. I had 8 threes in one game.
Whoa! And
if I throw in another stat, which I know my family would thoroughly enjoy,
toss it in.
I probably led the team in fouls.
Oh, did you? Did you foul out quite a bit then, or did you just take it to the edge?
I took it to the edge always. My father always told me, and my uncle always told me, you have 5 fouls. You use them very well.
Use them very well.
Yeah, I had an older, my brother Tim. We would do battle at times and stuff out in the driveway.
Made you better yet.
Yeah, he's told me before that I gave him a bloody nose, but I'm pretty sure I don't recall that. But
he probably knocked you out too.
I think I had to, hold my own against my older brother and stuff. But yeah, those were some pretty those games and stuff. I mean, the memories that you have from the plays and the games, it's more about who I got to play with. So I couldn't have done any of these honors.
Who were a few of those teammates, just to come to mind anyway? I don't know.
One of the other Hall of Fame inductees is Amy Cruzy.
Right.
Married name Amy, I'm not sure if I say it correctly or not, but I think it's Frouse.
I've been going with that. I haven't heard otherwise.
But Amy Cruzy, a great athlete, just a little bit taller than myself. She was probably about 5'10". She played a post position, but she could jump. Great athlete. She went to Central. So she was another individual that I really looked up to my freshman year because she was a sophomore. One of the other girls was Tanya Hempen. She's a Carlisle girl, but she went to Mater Dei for high school, and it was really cool that we got to play again together during KC those 2 years. So she and I did a good guard-forward combination between the two of us.
I can't remember how the team actually did overall.
Well, my freshman year we were over 500.
Okay.
We had a pretty solid team, and as you kind of find out with junior college in just the 2 years, it's pretty tough to recruit and get that gel and stuff. My sophomore year, we were only 8-21, but we were in every game.
Who was or were your coaches then? I don't even recall that.
Well, Mary Alice Jenkins.
Oh yes,
yeah, Mary Alice.
Did she
great.
just come there then?
She was pretty young.
While?
She was probably there
Kentucky girl.
1
Kentucky
year.
gal.
Kentucky girl went to SIU Carbondale.
Right. She's
and
coaching down there now.
She
I still
is.
think
She's at Carbondale High School. She is, and I've gotten to see her coach a couple times with her high school girls, so that's been great. And then Wcxo, Kathy Carrick helped out my freshman year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we just have student assistants then my sophomore year. So Mary Alice pretty much kept the reins and stuff. She was awesome. It was great to see another female that had that passion about basketball.
I recall her whole family, as is the case in a lot of Kentucky and Indiana. And of course, Illinois is basketball crazy.
Yeah.
So, she stepped in and did a nice job. But it was tough. And Casey maybe lagged behind a little bit in the recruiting, and Rend Lake too, and others, because just the way it. It's really changed. You could have played on any team anywhere though, but that was fun. Those were fun times, weren't they? And some good teammates. You like you say, and you got the coaching and so forth. Wcxo, man.
Yeah, she has a hand in all of it. Basketball, she does. Big into the baseball.
And
great coaches too. In my youth, I mean,
you gotta have that.
I'd be wrong not to mention, an Angie Garridini in my life.
Yeah.
She was a big, important person there my freshman and sophomore year at high school. And then grade school and junior high. I don't know. Do you remember Blaine Richards at all?
Sure do. I used to play baseball with Blaine and slow pitch and so forth.
He was really great at bringing Tanya and I in the junior high years. He wasn't even our coach. He took time to bring us in and show us some things and put stuff on the board and say, try this, do this, and it was great to see somebody show that interest and stuff.
Yeah, and one of his daughters in particular was really, really good over at Nashville.
Yes.
With the horn. Was that Shanna?
Shanna. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Blaine, good baseball player.
Jim Falconio was my coach my freshman and sophomore year, and I actually went up to U of I basketball camp with him, and I got Camper Award, the All-Illinois Camper Award.
Did you?
Yeah, U of I. So that was a really big accomplishment. That was between my sophomore and junior year. And then Joe Wilkerson was our coach then my junior and senior year.
Yes.
So and then he moved on into the football.
He was football, and now he's one of the big shots.
Yeah, now he's the big one.
At Carlisle.
Yeah.
Carlisle High.
So,
but your whole family, your husband Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Really good athlete. He did it all, and your kids. You have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're all name the sport. They're into it. And your daughter Hannah is out at Kaskaskia with 1 more year left.
Right. Yep. She starts her softball season here before long. She finished up her volleyball season, had a great year, loving college. Great experience for her. She has lots of positives to say. And then my son, quick story about him. He just finished his junior high basketball season. Right. So he had a game there where he scored 31 points and
31.
He missed a free throw, Rip, and I said, "Buddy, you make that free throw, you tie up Mom on the point total." So.
I think I did see something on Facebook about that. But that's an incredible amount of points in a grade school game with the Linden Minnesota.
That team, they played really good. They beat a Breeze team to advance in the regionals. So I was glad to see that they were able to do that.
They play 7-minute quarter or 8.
7.
7, yeah. Mm-hmm. 7-minute quarters there. So, but your whole family, it's athletic, and you've done a lot of coaching and so forth.
A lot of youth stuff.
Yeah, but that's where it all. Man, my dad used to from little on, and you have to have the right upbringing in the sport too.
I love the skill development. We don't need to play the games. We need to go in there and break it down into the little things that make him into that better player.
Well, Cindy, I guess we got to pretty much put the clamps on it. Who's going to introduce you Saturday morning at Kaskaskia College?
My prior coach, Mary Alice Jenkins, is going to do the honor. So she's coming.
All right,
coming to
very
do
good.
it.
And then you have about an hour speech prepared? You're going to wing it?
I usually wing about everything. I'll have some thoughts in my head and get up there and think.
Well, we can just play part of this back.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
And the other Hall of Famer, well, the 08, the 2009 baseball team, basically. And outside of that, you mentioned Amy, Cruzy, and also basketball. Darren Hill, Mike English. Darren Hill, my goodness. They're a superstar, basically. And Jeff Jensen from the Baseball Wars. And Jeff, an old slow pitch teammate of mine. Jeff's going to be on our show Monday night, incidentally. I haven't seen him in 25 years or so, but that's a great. Again, check out the Kaskaskia, the website. Call out there, call Cindy, whatever. I'm sure there's some tickets available, probably, and they'll line you up. They're cheap, man, and they're worth it. So it's a great time out there. So, anything else, man? Thanks for coming in, Cindy. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Rip. I greatly appreciate it.
And we will see you out there Saturday. As soon as I'll be the last guy to show up.
Nah.
Well, I do this till 10, so.
Oh, so you'll be walking in the doors. I'll save your seat.
Yeah, I'll be.
I'll
be
get your
rushing
meal
over.
for
I'll
you.
be breaking land records. And Saturday, you're eligible. Well, you'll be probably busy rehearsing your speech, but it's Valentine's Day Trivia Day on the show Saturday morning. And quickly, here's what we have from Town & Country Florist and Breeze: a Valentine's Day plant worth $25, a $50 gift card from Gay at Michael's Restaurant in Highland, a bottle of Red Baron wine from Doug and Jody out there at 12 Oaks Vineyard. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Hair and other products worth around $45 from Carla at Designs Unlimited Salon and Spa. The entire package worth $135, $140. That's Saturday morning, Valentine's Day trivia. All of our prizes are good, and we do a little special on Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and Father's Day. So that's it. And one of our guests will be Jeremy Schubert. So is that it? I guess we have to wrap up this package here.
I guess.
Thanks a lot for doing scores and stuff, and
You're welcome.
you're the segment for which we, of course, pay you.
Oh.
Yeah, what are the odds of that? Thanks a bunch. Thanks to Cindy and to Gary Henson. We'll see you Saturday morning between 9 and 10 on Talkin' Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.